Welcome to episode 8, season 8 of Rebuilding Palermo. I'm Bood FM, and as always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. So make sure you smash that like button if you're enjoying it too. And if you really want to support my channel, you can always become a patron. That is massive for me, so thank you very much. If I had more patrons, I might have to go back on the buses. And it's my first day today, and guess what? It was shit. In England, they brought out a rule where you've got to wear a face mask on public transport. So that's been a lot of fun for me. I can tell you that much. Anyway, enough of that, and I'm looking forward to sharing another exciting season. But before we do, I just want to say a big thank you to Daryl Motion, long-time sub, also a patron, and he's a legend. Absolute legend. Who sent me this? I mean, the green's disappearing because I've got a green screen on. And I won't be wearing it through the entire episode, Daryl, because I'm freaking boiling. He bought me a proper Palermo scarf. We look wicked in the winter. I just need a shirt now. Anyway, let's get stuck in. Now, I want to share with you some bits of news at the start of this episode. I've not really done this, I don't think, on this series. I just want to share this with you. And this is the overall best 11. From what I reckon is my time here. I've not picked this. This is what the computer thinks. But there's some absolute legends in this team. New ones, old ones, players you forget about. It just always reminds me when I look at it, the journey I've made, the amount of hours and effort I've put into it, and how the squad's changed. But do you know what I mean? It's been fun, and I've loved the journey. I've absolutely loved it. I also love this. Voted for by my peers. I had to vote in it. I don't know what you do whenever you're voting for anything on Football Manager, when you're voting for the best player or the best manager. I always vote for the worst one, because I think at least I'm not giving my vote to a rival. If I vote for the worst manager or the worst player in the list, my guy or me is more likely to win. I haven't won a Manager of the Year for a very long time. So I haven't won one on this series for Palermo. So this was brilliant. Now the chairman's buzzing for me, and I'm buzzing for him. He's decent. He's not done anything for me. I've built this club up. I've made him a very rich man. I've put this club where it is. But he's been here with me, and I've never experienced this on Football Manager. I've never had so many rumours of takeovers. Never happen. Normally, once rumours start, there's no smoke without a fire, and eventually get taken over. And we keep having him, and I have him this season, but he never sells. He never sells up. Now I'm sharing this with you because this is our new finances, any new deals we get on here. You can see our shirt sales, all that good stuff. Now I talked about how on certain saves, especially this one, I've brought players in just to sell. Now there's been a bit of talk in the community about, is it cheating? Should you just use the editor? Well, I think using the editor is cheating. Using the game itself within the game isn't cheating. In my opinion, you've got to make money. You've got to make money, man. It's tough, right? And it's tough when you would seem like us trying to compete with the big boys. Now, one of you made a great point, and I think this is one of them perfect. Do you know when you see people make wish lists for FM21? This should be on this list. He said, why not have a commercial director? Why not? Why can't you employ one? The better you get, the better. As you rise up the leagues, like we are now, we're at the top nearly, aren't we? Right? We could have a kick-ass commercial director, somebody who comes in, who I employ, who goes out there and chases the money, gets good deals, big TV deals, advertisements, stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Makes it a bit more realistic that way, earns your money that way, so you start to catch up Juventus and Inter Milan. Because we are rising up the ranks, we're becoming a bigger and bigger club. We're filling out our stadium nowadays, we've got money, we've got good players, we've got good talent, we're challenging for league titles. We haven't won anything yet. Challenging for cups, we haven't won one. Got to European Cup final, didn't win it, but we're getting there. We just need the commercial side to catch us up. And here is that commercial income. I think when we got into the league, we were earning about 3.5 million. And we've been in now a few years. We've got to Champions League finals. We've got big time players. And what are we on? 7.5. So we've upped that in about 4 years. £1 million a year. And it's nowhere near what they are. At the current rate, I'd have to be manager of Palermo for about another 200 odd years just to catch up into Milan. Now, if you were a big team, you were consistently big. If we kept doing this, we would get better commercial deals, wouldn't we? We'd start doing freaking big razor adverts and hair shampoo adverts like Liverpool do. Do you know what I mean? One bit of cool news is, for the first time ever, we're leaving Italy in a training camp. We've been going on tours, but we've been doing our training in Italy. This year, we're going on Brooklyn, New York City. Buzzing. And then we're going to stay in the States and do a tour. So the whole thing's in America, which makes me very, very happy. This also makes me happy. The TV deal isn't too bad, really, is it? I don't know if this has increased. I don't know what it is when you start the game. How many years are we into this now? 6, 7, 8, something like that. So that's quite cool. And this is great. Year on year, the success we're bringing means more fans are coming in. We had no fans in Serie D. They'd all deserted us. They're all coming back. Now, we've never been able to upgrade the stadium. It's always been the same. I've tried. I've asked. Like I always ask for money affiliates, and I get turned down about 3 times a year. They don't want to build a new stadium. They don't want to improve this. I think it would eventually happen, but for now, it's staying the same. Now, of course, we didn't win anything last year, but we're runners-up in the league and runners-up in the cup. Both to Inter Milan. They did the double. Pep Guardiola, the bastard. But it's put us in the Super Cup, which is pretty cool. Although Italy are kind of cashing in, aren't they? I think Spain do this now as well. Well, I think in Spain, is it halfway through the season you go to like Dubai or something, in Saudi Arabia? We're going to China. So halfway through the season, we've got to fly out for a cup final at the Bird's Nest, which is pretty cool, in China. Hopefully we can win. Before I look at the ins and outs, I just want to share with you one of my new players. While we were away in Brooklyn training, decided to go out, didn't he? He's only young. He could be a future star. He got caught out on the piss, didn't turn up for training, which isn't a good sign, really, is it? I don't think I've had one of these. All the players I've had for Palermo, I've not had no one do this. I've not had this once. So this is not what, it's not what I expected, so I'll give him a good bollocking. I'm worried about this, though. I mean, he looked fit as a fiddle when I signed him. Look at the state of his gut. Worrying. We have loaned in a new left winger, a good young German wonderkid left winger from FC Bayern as a backup to Curtis, who was brilliant last year. He was like a standout star. I didn't expect him to be that good. So he's staying as my number 1 left winger. And this geezer, I think, is pretty cool. This was a bit of a last minute signing. He came up. He's not a wonderkid, but I think he looked very good from Chelsea on loan. Worth a lot of money, good player, can play in multiple positions. Kind of gave me a bit too much talent around that area, but I just felt like I couldn't say no to it, so we took him. Now on to my signings, and we've brought in Franco Pape as a backup right back. So he's not a worldie, he's not a wonder kid, he never has been a wonder kid. I just think he looked like a good, solid squad player who's happy to be a good, solid squad player. This one I'm well happy with. Atalanta, second wonder kid we've taken off them. This is Stefano Ghibellini, who at 19 wanted to go on to bigger, better things. And of course, bigger, better things means Palermo these days in Italy, doesn't it? Now, I've been scouting Argentina and Brazil got some good players there. And they have a lot of players who've got Portuguese passports. So you don't have to worry about the foreigner rule. And I'm just going to abuse it. I don't know how long this is going for. So if I can get good young wonder kid talent, I'm going to get it. And I brought in Antonio Jorge from Flamengo for not a lot, really, compared to what he's worth now and what he's going to be worth in 10 years' time. And, of course, he's not the only one. We have signed Ad Milton from Internacional, who is 19, wonder kid striker. I wanted to get a superstar striker. I couldn't get one. We've sold one striker to free up the foreigner spot and kept one striker. And we've got our own striker as a third choice. That's what I mean. I wanted a superstar to really kick some ass with this year, but we're not going to have one. Now, I also wanted a goalkeeper, and there's a couple of wonderkid goalkeepers. There's one at Napoli. No way we can afford him. No way we can sign him. And there was Aaron Rondelli. Now, he's like my third choice. He's not a wonderkid. I don't know if he was, but when I found him, he wasn't a wonderkid. But I just liked him. He was the best young goalkeeper out there. 24, so he's got loads of room to improve, really. Got some really good attributes that I like. I like his agility. I like his handling. His reflexes are good. He's good. And I think he will get much better. Now, we haven't done all the signings to sell-offs. We've sold off some first-team players like Claudio Ribeiro. He was with us, 2 years? He was all right. It was a choice between him and the other guy we signed last year, so I kept him. So he's left. He's gone to Ajax. I had a lot of interest for him, especially in Italy. But the rules are you can have so many foreigners, but don't sell them to Italian teams because I think you still have to keep that foreigner spot as your own, even though you haven't got the player. To free it up, I think you have to sell them abroad. So I only accepted the abroad teams, if that means anything. So he went to Ajax. Fair enough. And like I said, I haven't brought in to sell. I've sold a couple of these guys who have replaced with players you've just seen. But what I have done is sell a lot of youth players for next to out to like Serie B, Serie C teams. I'm not going to show you them all. Take forever. 1 million here, 2 million there. Players that have come through my academy while I've been here and are now 21, 22 years old and want to play. They're never going to get in my team. 2, 3-star players. So I've sold a lot of them. A quick look at the squad depth. I think we've got a better keeper. Avogardi is now going to become our backup. Luis Mario, the last minute guy I got from Chelsea, is my best centre half apparently. But we've got Mara from last year. We've got 2 of our own young Brazilians now. We've still got Frank Bock, remember, from last year. We've still got Zori, so I've got 2 very good wonder kid fullbacks. Kevin, our Kev at defensive midfield, is a beast. And they have signed a lot of new contracts. A lot of these big time players, they've all got big time contracts now. 100 grand a week, no minimum fees, all that good stuff. We've still got Mateus, remember, we got him last year on a free. So I'm hoping big things from this kid this year. Razik still, the new kid as well. Sorrenti is there, but he's the guy you were brought in as a backup left winger and turned out to be a superstar right winger. So he is going to be my right winger. Curtis Jones, obviously. He was just brilliant on this game. He's brilliant. Look at his value now. I'll try and remember to show you his value at the end of the season. Obviously, you've seen Sorrenti. He's going to be backed up again this year by Butler Tolvik, who we've signed for a 2nd season on loan from Inter Milan. And then going forward, you know, we've got Mazuko, who's a bit shit, but he's just a squad player. And then we've got the guy we brought in last year, who is we're going to give him a 2nd season to settle in. The 23-year-old Spaniard, Arietta. We'll see how it goes. He looks good, doesn't he? We look good. Finances look good. We still got 87 million in the bank. I just ain't got a pot to piss in when it comes to transfer budget. I don't need to spend any more money. Ronaldo and Rooney doing coaching courses together. Best of friends. I'm not loving this, the cheeky bastards. They've got it down as 5th, the bookies. 5th. Come on. I know they're big teams above us, but we're better than them. We are way better than them. When it goes to my board, though, they just want me to qualify for the Europa League. Come on, I want a challenge for the freaking title. Champions League, we are in the group of death. Straight in. And look who's in there. Genk, hopefully we can beat them. Benfica, who've got a million wonder kids. I've talked about that. There's so many. I've had a million players of them. And Liverpool, the biggest team in the world apparently. Number 1 in the world on the rankings at this moment in time. And of course, the team that beat us. No, they didn't beat us. They battered us in the Champions League final last year. So that'll be interesting. Coppa Italia, and then we've got the Coca-Cola Cup. Reminds me of the old days in England. So we played a couple of games while we were in training camp. You can play local teams, and then we played a couple of little teams really, and a big one near the end, on a bit of a tour around the States. Sorry to Baltimore Armour, but wow, that must have really hurt. And I felt confident because by the time we got to January, I'd only lost 1 game. We were sitting top of the Serie A. And I mean, wow, close. So Inter Milan is still really good, and they're snapping at our heels. Juventus are much better this year. Milan, I've got another new manager. But there's some good teams, some good players as well. Bologna had loaned a lot of good players. Players I was thinking of, didn't really need. Probably would have signed if it was 2 or 3 years ago. Went to Bologna. I've noticed a couple did. So, yeah. Paulo Dybala, who left Juve a couple of years ago, he's been at Man City. He's come to Inter Milan. So he's the new superstar striker there. I think Lukaku's about 34 now. 33. He's not playing. He looks unhappy. But Dybala, you know what I mean? Ex-Palermo, man. So it's cool, man, to be top. I was loving it. And these are the results from the league. I mean, look, we've only just been beat. So that game I lost was the last game at this point. And it was against Juventus. 1-0. You bastards. But yeah, look, we started off amazingly. Drawing with Roma, the team we used to always beat. We beat Inter Milan 1-0. That's awesome. And then look, winning. Lots of clean sheets. Doing very well. I haven't actually got the best defence though, but it's up there. I mean, I'm liking it. I think it's us, Inter and Juve. There's not a lot in it. And I mean, if you're looking at it, you're thinking, how are Juventus not top? They're not, are they? And they beat me. They were going to be ones to look out for going into the end of the season. But my squad was doing so well. And what it's doing well, and it kind of, well, up until the end of the year, and we'll have a look at that later, is it was doing well with rotation. I was doing a lot of dropping, playing lesser players in the league in the build-up to big Champions League games and not losing. So I was on a good roll. Really good roll with that. I mean, not too many. Like, if we change appearances here and find me backup keeper, he's played 4 games. All right. But look, these are all the guys, what you class as the B team players. They're playing a lot of games. They're all league games because the cup ain't kicked off yet. And I was going for it in the Champions League. And we're top of the league. So they have been contributing. And they're going to contribute a lot more. So how did we do in the Champions League? Well, I'm not going to show you the group stage yet. I want to show you this and you can maybe work it out, right? Because the first 3 games, I'm thinking, how are we, right, going from this amazing team at home to being awful in Europe? We weren't awful, but obviously we got beat, right, 1-0. I thought, fair enough. At home, it's Liverpool. It's better than 5-0. Then we drew with Benfica, and then we drew with Genk. So I had 2 points from 3 games. 2. Now 1-2, we beat Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield, which is like spunk freaking tastic. Curtis Jones got the goal as well, which just made it even better. Ex-Liverpool player. Cast aside by them. We picked him up on a free. And then I drew my last game with Benfica. Check this out. Not only did we win the group, I don't know how, because look at the state of it. Liverpool came bottom. The number 1 team in the world, European champions, are out. They're not even going to the Europa League. If you're a Liverpool fan, I'm not taking the piss. It's just gone from them battering me in the final to they're not even going to get out of the group stage. And we win the group. How did that happen? It was one of the weirdest turnarounds ever, but enjoyable. As you've seen, we've got Atletico Madrid in the next round. Going to be a real tough task to get past these. I'd love to get back to the final of the Coppa Italia. 2 finals last year. It was heartbreaking to not win one. So we started off our campaign against Lecce, beating them 2-0. And as you can maybe tell, B-teamed it. It was then on to the quarter-final, first round quarter-final, makes total sense, where we beat AC Milan, who are getting better. They've been a bit shit, but they are getting better. So this was a great result. Didn't B-team this. So I had a few changes, but I went for it. Nope, we couldn't. Didn't B-team it either, went for it as best I could. Just wasn't our day. I think we were the better team as well. Got beat 1-0 with a late goal in the 83rd minute. So they've gone to the cup final. And we're not. I can't believe it. I could not believe this at all. But don't worry. Got a little bit of silverware. I won myself a super copper. Buzzing with this. All the way out to China. The bird's nest in Beijing. Where Curtis Jones, who is an absolute legend. He was worth 24 million. Scored both goals. Beating Inter. Double winners from last year. Superstar team. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it's added 20 odd million onto his value. He's now worth 53 million. Forgotten player, discarded by Liverpool. Hardly got a game for them. He's come to us. He scores a goal every other game. He's like the best left winger in the world, in my opinion. Over to the league, we're still top of it. We've been sitting up here pretty much all season at this point. We've got a little bit of a gap still, just 3 points. Not a lot in it. Juve are second now, into third. Milan are still kicking about in fourth. It's lovely to see Parma in fifth because they're like us. A team that crashed and burned and have come back, so they've really rebuilt. There's already 2 teams relegated at this point as well. Verona. I'll talk about them later. But yeah, doing well. Only a couple of games to go, but it was getting tough. And we were feeling it. I mean, feeling it. Look, that's why I'm grooving at Verona. Got beat off him. Bottom of the league, they were. B-teamed it. Took a gamble, and that's the first time they'd let me down, really. We've drawn the odd B-team game, not Inter, but we've drawn the odd B-team game. Won so many, and that was the first time they let me down. And this is just a tough part of the season for us. And this wasn't going to be the end of it. We were going to really, really try our best to throw this title away, even though we'd sat at the top all year. I was really going to try my best to ruin it. But over to the Champions League, and we started off our campaign away at Madrid, beating Atletico 1-0. We then beat them 2-0. A great game. We were really good in this game. And they were crap. No, they were pretty shit, to be fair. And they've got loads of good players. Next up, it was Juventus, a team that's beat us this season. A tough team. A team that's on our arse in the league. And we drew 1-1. So I'm thinking, God's sake. So unfair. But then we did this. Sometimes your team just turns up, doesn't it? And we turned up his style. Winning 2-0. Curtis Jones. Legend. Then we were playing the other team from Madrid. Possibly the kings of Europe, Real Madrid, who came to us and gave us a little cheeky footballing lesson, looking down on us like we're dog shit, beating us 2-1. Thinking, yeah, we do these. And by the way, I had 9 men, so I think I battled through, really. And then, sometimes when you're on a historic run, you need to pull off historic performances, like beating Liverpool in the group stage at Anfield, like beating Juventus away, and then going to the Bernabeu and winning in freaking style. With your backup right winger, who's not even your player, on loan from Inter Milan, playing out of his freaking skin. And Curtis Jones, again, scoring. Back-to-back Champions League finals. Back-to-back Premier League teams in Champions League finals. Bit more scared of Liverpool than I am of Arsenal, though, but anything can happen. They have knocked out Bayern Munich and Barcelona, and Benfica on the way. So they must be pretty good. So, the running to the Serie A, we were in prime position really to win a title, but yeah, I had Milan to play, who we drew with 0-0, so we dropped more points. Then, second to last game of the season, we played Juventus away. This time we got battered 2-0. against a team that's right behind us in the league. This was, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, of course, because of the Champions League final, I just thought, fuck it, sod it. I need to win this game. They're bottom of the league, we're already relegated. I'd lost a bit of faith in my B team. I went back to them and said, look, I need to rest the guys for the Champions League final this year. It's on you kids to win me the title. And they listened. I was buzzing with this. It was a good battle this year. We're there all year, really. So I felt really proud of the boys. I mean, if you look at that, look, we got up there then. And we never fell off top. So we deserved it. We tried our freaking best to blow it and only won it by 3 points. I lost more games than Juventus. And just drew less. Curtis Jones, man. What a player. You buy a player you think you're going to sell on, he ends up being the best left winger in the world. You buy a backup left winger the same year, he becomes the best right winger in the world. I love this game and how random this game is. I love this team of mine. I love them. We've won a title. I said if I ever won the title, I'd quit the series. I'm in a Champions League final. If we can do this year, then that'd be pretty special. So let's find out. So welcome to Athens, Greece, beautiful historic city where we're going to be facing Arsenal, who are favourites. Still managed by Mikel Arteta. There's nobody better than Mikel Arteta. Here we come out to the pitch here in Athens, Greece. It's exciting. Getting to back-to-back Champions League finals is very good, especially the group stage. I started off so bad. I didn't think I was going to get here, and I was annoyed by that because I know I've got a better team. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you go and catch up on the Salford series and my Journeyman, because I think they're struggling really. Look, like the views have dipped, and if views start dipping, I might have to reassess what I'm doing really. This is going to be coming to an end. This might come to an end this episode. Oh, Arietta! Oh, get in, 1-0. Yeah, like I was saying, this might end. You know, I've won the league. If we can do something here today, then I don't know where I'm going from there, unless it gets a ton of views and a big outcry in the comments to carry on for more. I'll carry on because I've got my next one lined up to start playing. I've just not started playing it yet. And that is the first half. Not a lot happening. We're winning 1-0. That's all that matters. I'm not calm. I might look calm. I am absolutely shitting my pants. Shitting it. I've been positive in the changing rooms. They all liked it. Ish. Not made any changes yet. I'm going to leave it a little bit. So again, not a lot's happening. Like I've got it on key highlights. I want to fly through it. I have got to get back to work, which is crap. But I just wanted to share it with you. I wanted the live reactions of the final. Something I've just started to do recently with these. I went away from live comms because any series I do live comms, even though I think they're fun, they tend to get people fall out of favour with them. It seems like they prefer when I don't do a live com. But yeah, this is what happens with live comms. You never know what's going to happen, do you? I'm okay with nothing happening. If I get my hands on that freaking trophy, Arsenal highlight. Oh, come on, boys. We've done so well for almost 85 minutes. But we've got pressure now from Arsenal. Does this mean we're going to get an Arsenal goal? We're defending like that, probably. But we've cleared it, but it's just Arsenal pressure. Arsenal pressure over and over again. Us. Shit. Passing back, I like that, though. Hopefully we get a mistake. No. Did anyone see me mistake on the Salford series? Not my mistake. We're playing... who was it playing? I think it was the semi-finals of the playoffs. Oh, here we go. Razik. The goalkeeper gave it me strike and we scored a winner in the last minute. Oh! We're this close. From our fans being able to sing next season, Champions of Italy, Champions of Europe, Champions of Italy. What a tackle. Champions of Europe is Bok. He's on the yellow. Both my fullbacks and one of my centre-halves were on yellows. Look at this, eh? No fear. Last couple of minutes in Champions League final and we're passing it around in defence. Look. Oh. That's the confidence of my boys. Here's Bok, the left back. He's going to go chase it down. I thought you were going to chase that down, Bocky lad. Hopefully we get one more highlight and it's the end of game highlight. Come on. Come on. Come on. We could do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. I have got the faith. Look at that. Hey? Share that with me. Hey? Come on. You having that? Serie A and the Champions League. This close against a bloody Coppa final as well. Could have won a lot this year. Do you know what? Don't worship me. I worship you boys because we've been on this journey together and it's got me through a large part of furlough, being off work. Going back to work today's made me realise how I'm not going to be able to play anything like I've been playing. And almost 8 years in the job. I took it from Serie D to the top of Europe. Amazing. I've loved it. You can do that in this game. It's probably unrealistic, but I love that about this game. I love that journey. So, do I play more? It's up to you. There you go. That is the end of episode 8, and it could be the end of the series. If you don't normally comment, but you always watch, maybe this is the time to get speaking down below and let me know what you think. Do you want to see another season in Palermo? There's always stuff we can do, back-to-back titles maybe. I'd play another season, but I want to know from you guys and see how it goes. I need to really think about everything because I think the other 2 series are maybe dying off. Maybe I just scrap everything. Think about what I'm doing with work. Think about coming back with something just new and fresh that I can just give 100% to now. Now I'm back at work, so I've got a lot to think about really, but I would like to hear from you. So yeah, thank you. Make sure you smash the like button. If you want to really help me out, you can always pledge to my Patreon. And yeah, thanks for taking time out a busy day to sit here with me and the Rossoneri. Palermo, what a journey that's been, eh? Is it the end? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But thank you. Stay safe. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.